Hi, hello everyone. My name is Ryan Hogan. I'm an ACT consultant from NIC, and today I'll be talking about AL programming. Um, if you have any questions during my talk, feel free to use this chat box window here, and then click everyone and type your message. Today's just the intro to shell programming. Animation to this talk will be not next Thursday, but Tuesday for intermediate shell program. At a scheduled post website. Okay. Today's I'm going to be going over Unix shells in general. But the majority of this, I'm going to specifically stick to the Bourne shell, since that's what the majority of us are using. And then I'll talk about, how to interact with Bash and some basic scripting and provide some reference. So, what is a Unix shell? It allows you to issue commands to the Unix operating system that you can interact with. You can talk to operating systems such as the input-output system, scheduler, and memory management. It's just a program whose job is to run other programs that you want to run in order that you want them to run. Both flows are shells that exist, such as C shell, Corn shell, Bourne shell, and Bourne again shell. I'm not doing any of the specifics about the different shells. Ban shell, Bourne shell, and that is the default shell in most modern Linux distributions and also OS operating system. We know there's on a desktop, a laptop, or connecting to a super, you're going to be interacting with a Bash shell. And if you program that, it'll make life easy. Bash is a command interpreter and high-level programming language. Basically, write things interactively in a terminal, or you can run a script with your programming language, and you can queue up commands to be run, so you can set it and forget it type mentality. It'll run after in order unless you specify otherwise. Some shell scripts, for administrators are written in Bash. Like other programming languages, Bash has variables and control flow, like for loops and if statements. And that's also of this presentation, going over how to use these variables and control flow. It's really basic. Okay. Just join me. I noticed once joined. I'm going to be commenting on the Bourne again shell, the Bash shell. Okay. I'm going to encourage active participation. Most of the examples I like for everyone to try them as we go on if they can. Use your own shell from Linux to Mac with a terminal emulator. And if you don't, you can also go to this website called http://simpleshell.com. It will give you a free Linux shell that you can type. I'll be using that later on. Okay. So, shell variables. In a Bash shell or a Bash script are typically written in all uppercase letters. This is not a strict requirement, and you might find some scripts that don't abide by this, but it makes it kind of easy. You can not really confused as to whether this is a command or a variable. So when you mix to a variable, you use an equal sign. Now you cannot spaces around the equal sign. If you do this, it's going to try to like this is bar one. If there was a space after it, and then it's going to try to run the command bar one, which it doesn't know. So that's a variable you want to find right next to it. And when you value to your variable, and you want to reference it, you use the dollar sign. So this example here says, /line variable contains $bar one. You see that the bar one is capitalized, and you want the value it contains, you put the dollar sign. Exception to this rule, and that's when you evaluate array expressions, which I'm going to cover several slides later. Yeah, when you're writing scripts or code in general as a document, in Bash, the way this is done is with the pound character. So any following the pound character is considered common and performed by the shell. After this, and that's the shebang, the pound exclamation mark found at the top of most scripts, which is also called hashbang in reference. What that tells, that specifies what shell you want the script to be run with. And for example, /bash. Find the value of another bash command or another script that you create to a variable. You would use what's called command substitution. And the way you would do that is you would use dollar sign followed by same close parentheses. In this example, you see that today's date is a variable that's going to assign the value of this command, date, and all that with this particular format. I'll go ahead and show what that actually looks like. You want to see what the value of that today's date was? With the dollar sign. And here, month with a slash, the day with a slash, and the year with a slash. No, those are just arguments to pass to the date command. Those are the things. I mean, typically, if you run the date, you'll get this. You'll get the date or the time in that order. But if you have a specific format, you'd use the percent percentage. If you wanted more information, go to command. It'll show you what the options are. If there's a month, the time, hours, minutes, and seconds, and so on. Those are all other things. It's just specific to the date. But trying to get across here is when you're running that, you want to put that in the dollar sign. Out of that command to today's. Value of today's day. That's what $0 today. Now this time with the parentheses, I got striked out. Basically, if you try to do that, it will run the command today's date as if you type that into and I can show that. In the parentheses, it'll actually try to run that command. And since it does that is, it just says command up there. So this thing is just typing it straight. Yep. Going back and forth. The terminals, so everyone can see what's going on. One thing to note is there are two ways to do this. But I mentioned $sign with parentheses, but some older scripts would use the backtick. Exact same thing. It's just a $sign parentheses convention. Makes it easier to read. And, it's easier to nest commands. Like for instance, you had a script, you would assign a value from the output of another script, which calls another script, like script inception or whatever. You can just keep these $signs. Yeah, like this. Oh, exactly. Let's go ahead and make a script. In this example, I'm going to actually use this website, simpleshell.com, and click Start My New Script. And we'll call it Hello Essays. And I'm basically going to assign username. I'm going to assign the variable username by calling the who my command. I'm going to variable machine name by calling the view name command. And I'm just going to play help to the user on machine. Let me go ahead and do that. All right. Go to show.com if you don't have the terminal handy. Click set. You can use an editor of your choice, but if you're not familiar with Linux or Unix editors, I'm just going to stick with Nano because it's easier to follow. Variable. Username from this command assign variable machine. And say hello to you. Exactly what that happens. Everyone, a few seconds to finish typing that into the terminal. Had that incorrect, it would just be an X string, say on machine and when. Everyone good? So in Nano, to save this, I would say Control X. Say modify buffer y to yes, and I hit enter to put it to where to run it. Actually, that was my next slide. Oops. I control X to save it, Y enter to follow. Now, we can actually run this script. We can use we can explicitly say which shell to run it under. You can use /bash, not hello, it's a little better fit. That's your terminal. And you can also spin /sh. Advanced the two are compatible, then the shells run. As you can see, I got my username on the stream as show. Now, another method is to actually make this file executable by using mod. Now, I'm the letters, because I can never remember the numbers, so I'd say it says user plus means user make it permission to execute this file. Hello. You'll see that under user X means executable, and if your ls gives you colors, you'll see it. Under from yes. Oh, and to edit the file. Sure. Okay, I'll slow it down. All right, so I know a little about SH. I typed all of this into this terminal, or to this nano program. And when I was done, I wanted to exit. So at the bottom, you see that little caret X. That stands for Control X. Wait, this already doesn't show. And then it's going to prompt you if you want to save the buffer, hit Y. And it's going to give the username and the file name, and hit enter to accept hello and scroll about that. And a test file. Oh. This is a test file. Save it, Control X, exit. Save modify buffer, say yes. Right, test out that, that's good. I have test.net, and the contents of it I can just do a tab test.net. I was saying earlier that now it's executable. You can actually call it directly with /hello with it. And it does the same thing. So, if you're right to create the file, you just say name in the file name. You type everything into the window. Done, hit Control X, find to save the modify buffer, and hit enter or return to accept file. Please? All right, and what I just covered, you can pass the shell that you want, or you can hit execute with the CH mark, and it's /hello scribble. Now, if you wanted to embed variables along with text. In this example, I create a variable called prefix, and I give it the value called sun. Now, I echo the following words using the prefix, like sun or sunshine, and sunset. I would braces around the variable. It's going to think, try and give you the value of this prefix flower. But since this variable has not been defined, you would get nothing. And I can show that real quick. Say fix equals sun. And I want to echo notes. Flower. Sun. And if I did not have those braces, it would take nothing, because that variable is there might be times where you want to call shell script and you want to pass it parameters from the command line. So actually reference these parameters using the dollar, brace, and the position, where position number is in their value. For instance, you say the first input parameter is dollar brace 1, and the input parameter is dollar brace 2. You know how many number of parameters you have. You say use dollar brace pound sign. Okay. Make a simple bit. We'll call it 10 parameters dot sh. What about? Can you just type something in the chat? I'm just going to first parameter is brace 1. Second parameter is brace 2. And seven are clear how parameters. Yep. This might be exactly from the slide. It knows. Okay. Go ahead and save it. Control slide. Make it executable. U plus X. You don't call it with any parameters. It's the first parameter blank, the second parameter, and 0 parameters given. Now, you have a mixture of parameter types. So, like I can give it, like say 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, which is numbers and strings. You can see it'll just spit it back out. You can give it 2 parameters. Give it number 5. 8 parameters given, but since I did nothing with the third parameter, it's there. Which one? Okay. There. last line just tells you how many parameters you have. How do I run this? Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, active, execute. I just dot slash in the file name. This executable file in my current directory. I will do something with it. For those who are using a simple shell, it will time out after 15 minutes, and just click on home, start session to get a new session. You do it on terminal that way, the font is bigger. Oh. If you type echo with the uppercase, that's not going to work. Right now, the slide, and you'll see, not that. But in lowercase, that'll work. This is great where these commands are. You can always do a with echo, and I'll tell you to slash and see what other things slash and see how. Okay. But that's just information for you. Okay. Covered passing parameters to the script and figure out any number of parameters you have. Now, suppose you have a script and you're going to pass it some parameters, and you want default values if they don't pass anything. You can use this syntax with the brace, colon, and then a dash. Okay. Would you like to repeat an example? Oh, I don't want to do that. I'll make everyone understand. I have used the script. Because if I keep forward, it's off on the previous slide. So what are is using the variable and assign it to a variable. Sure. Okay, so I'll go ahead and go back to this hello world. So I use Nano. give it I start the shebang. I say I want to use the bash script, the bash shell. I'm going to say in the variable use the here's my username, all in uppercase. Assignment has an equal sign that comes right after it, and I want the command who am I dollar parentheses. Next thing to do is I want a variable machine name. The output is new name. And this is just to show you how you would call commands from your own scripts within a. Okay, and then I want to use these variables I've now assigned to say hello to the user. I do that. Machine. Okay. And again, Control X, Y, Enter. And save button. Write the file. Now to run it, you need to use /bin/bash hello world.sh. And so myself on this particular machine is called Datals. If executable without giving it permission, here's what you'll do. Because if you do -L, it'll show you that there is no exit. So this utility chmod user execution privileges on this file. And then try to do the /. And it's the same thing. Okay. Is that on that so far? It's what I had done just a while ago. I was going using parameters, and you pass the script. If you wanted to look at the first parameter given, it would be $brace1, the parameter would be $brace2. As you would expect, the third parameter would be $brace3, and so forth. To know how parameters are given, you use $brace number for the brace. The file name or the script that was calling or the command you use brace 0. So modify this. Test parameter. Okay. This script is again, Control Y, and parameters. 1, 2, 3, 8. Very good. And the whole. 2, 7. Sure. Works fine. Okay, so I will open it up on the screen on WebEx. Or is that no? Is it? Okay. Ask a question. Yeah, great. So, good. I just covered position, and I was about to say if you wanted to give a default value to a parameter if they don't want it. Yeah. So in this case, I type this. No. Give me for a second. This is good. Yeah, default. Right. Start with my. Okay, and I'll list the contents of these things. I'm going to pass them directly. That's just for the sake of this again. I'm going to use the home directory if no argument justified. So, target variable. It's either the first parameter or it's going to be the whole if nothing is specified. To list the contents, I would say ls. You've ever typed that?
How do you determine target or design
Okay. Well, previously what we had done, if I gave you this, always one, that means whatever passes in the first argument in the command line will be set to the value, or target will be set to that value. Okay. What this is, if passed, use that for target. Nothing is passed, use home for the target. Okay. Let's we run this example. It's like both passing an argument and not passing. So X, say, but I actually spelled this follow. So let's execute. try to write it with slash temp first. So slash temp is the first argument, and then the target of ls. So what happened is it should do ls on slash temp, and which it doesn't. In case there's a bunch of garbage. Okay. Now, if I don't pass in a value, give me my home directory, which it does. Of course, home directory will look different from the home. But again, so in a value, it'll get assigned to target. If I don't send a value, it's going to be the home directory. Then I have to do an ls on that target. So now I do that for our passed in. The same is done for variables. This example is kind of weird. Let me run through it for you. Basically, what I want to do is I want to show the first 5 lines of this target file, whatever I specify in this variable file. I'm going to start saying, I'm going to start initializing the variable target for the proxy E input. I'm going to show the first 5 lines. If target does not have value, it's actually going to show the first line of the script itself. I'll report, what value was in target, then set target. So if target had a value, no longer has a value. So that head command is actually resort to this default variable. And one thing between the parameter and the default variable value is that now equal sign with that. So I'll get this up. This is going to take a while, so if you thought me, just let me know. Yeah, start saying the slides won't be heard. If we show the first 5 lines, not 45, target file. I'm going to my target to be CPU. We show the first 5 lines with the head. Target. Just to show it. The same head command twice. One time I actually gave a value to the target, and the second time target has been value. So it's the default value I specify as Oh, there you go, better. Which is this? And this may be like a silly example, but you might want to actually start using this when you're running scripts, calling other scripts, and there's an environment variable. Say control and yes, and execute. And I'll put it run. So, oh, it's different on Mac. That's what it is. But it will work on the system. Yeah. If you had a Linux shell or if you're running through simple shell, you would have had to process information. Really, it's different on the Mac. And I apologize. What is the meaning of that command? That was just the file that I wanted to look at. I was just interested in seeing the first 5 lines of that file. I could send it to sys the /log sublog. This was just an example to see the any file. I could have put the path to any file on my system. So, which one? The first one specifies what shell I want to run, and it's just a comment. That's just there for my purposes. Run this again on our system. And I can see content. So those are 5 lines of that file. You're saying, yeah, we can definitely do that. So if I were to open that script up, in the previous one. I think what he was getting at is, yeah, you set it as a parameter. I mean, you really replace this with one. But that, what I was trying to hear is, I set a default value for a variable. It is a parameter. That's what the previous example showed. Sure. Okay. Yes.
So, did a new problem to be based on the five, on the name of the three, four variables, right?
Yeah.
So,
If I explicitly wanted that, yeah. Mhm.
or any other time. But so why are you using targets as variables?
I just want to show that that if it did not have a, I can specify what value you could. I mean, yeah, this isn't the best example in the world. You would, if you had environment variables running scripts between each other, and you don't know off the top whether or not the environment is set. So if you were to use it, and it didn't have value, and you need a value, you can specify what that default value is.
You know, if the fifth, do this, it doesn't fit, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It's a much further way to do it. It's easier.
that's very good. Yeah, like if target, another value, set equal to this, not such a default variable. If it doesn't, you just ignore that. I don't use it. I've been impossible.
You define it as have some outside of the inside of the drawer.
That's right.
Variables are only inside of the drawer.
Yes. Let's see, target equal sign, the equal sign and the, okay, that's good. The dash was for input parameters. It's only these numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And it is for a variable name. This is a variable called part. That's a distinction between the two. One is a variable, one is a, and the other is a parameter. The parameter, you pass that in. As you pointed out, the parameter was a value that's specified outside of the script, whereas variable, this was actually specified inside the script. Okay, so in the control structure, what I'll cover is the for loop. So in this instance here, you do for, give loop index, and you will have to always follow that with do and done. Yeah, that's okay. How do you populate that? Pass the file to the yeah, like, let's go back to the default. Get it up. File extension for and it's I should put one. So now I passed in a file name, and it used it as the first parameter. It's the same deal. Okay. To if you want name first parameter, the way it would be the dollar brace one. So do for loop. So you use this command. Now, in this particular example, to do all of the input arguments because you don't specify anything after it. So you for loop index. In this case, I call it input arg. And echo, just spit back out basically what you pass on. So let's do this. So we'll call this for loop dot. Okay. This display all the commands. That we put a tab or some spaces afterwards. That way, for clarity, to know that when it is done in the for. And I can do whatever I want. Pretty far. What I'm trying to get across for this example is that this is going to loop over whatever you pass in as correct. Okay. Just get back up. Yeah, it's going to go through all of them one by one. Anyway, because by anything after this variable name, I loop over all them. Yeah, but whatever you want to call it. As long as it's consistent between this loop index and how you use it in your little. Yeah. So if you want to loop over specific arguments, you would use the in and provide an argument. So that this index, this variable, whatever, it takes values for each argument in this specified. In this example, I'm going to loop over, I'm going to have a variable called animal, and it's going to take on values of lions, tigers, and bears. I'll call it 4 in I got a lot more. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to start. And if you can have whatever you want on this list, it's going to go through one of those elements sequentially. Go ahead and save this. Lion, tigers, and bears. This is why you can absolutely pass it around. It's going to ignore them. And it's over what you specify. So for the last slide today, I'm going to show you that Bash has C-like syntax. Equals 1, count less than 10, count less than 1. I'll call 4C syntax. Is 4-line an actual command line? Is this that the question? Full line. No. Okay, let's write that. Line an actual command line. Okay. If you have that directly into the terminal, it's not a command line until you give it a do or done. So it will, for every item in this argument list, it will set that variable to have that value. So first time through, variable enable will actually contain the value line. And it's going to do it again. Let's do all of this, hit done, and go back to do, and see if there's anything else in the list. Time animal gets set to lion. So now what am I going to do with it? I'm going to echo its value. I'm going to see here another item in the list. There is tigers. So now tigers will be assigned, animal will have the value of tigers. So what am I going to echo it? Tigers go to the command line. Alright, it's a terminal out. It'll hit to say, is there anything else left? There's bears. So now animal will be bears. Echo animal, you'll have bears. Is this an actual command? Not exactly.
I didn't mention that actually the core, like a built-in command of the back, the back, it's not only the core, but it's like the whole construct that means one command and tells the return interpreter what to do. And in this case, you're gonna take a list, assign a variable to animal, and then in the block of the tool of the zone,
Yeah.
The whole structure, so as you said, you can basically type this directly to the front line. You have to be a little careful on how you type it. So then command line will just, Brazilian, and be comfortable with it.
I can do that real quick. First, let me go back to this example for the C structure. So I'm going to count from 1 to 10 on a single line. Count this one. Count this one. Count cluster equals 1. And it's important to note that there's a space between these parentheses. Echo dash n. Everyone know what that is? For loops in C, you should be pretty familiar with this.
In fact, you don't have to declare there.
Yeah.
That's one nice features of this language. They don't have to but they can also be dangerous. You can make mistakes. This is why they can be so powerful, because they can write programs so easily without having to worry about those little details. And that next year we're also trying to have a series on C programming. I don't know, C programming.
I'll go ahead and send you. Execute it. Because now, file, text can be done like the tab button. Just make it view. For and it's why did it come? I'll put that inside what's already good. Yeah. There you go. And you've seen through all these examples, I didn't have to do any compiling. I just had to make it executable, and the shell interprets it. For today's presentation. And on Tuesday with the next conditional expression, which will be useful when we're trying to do ifs and if then and help. Okay. Any questions for what today? Okay, thank you all for coming. And all these slides will be on the website.
What?
This website. 2716.
What video?
Great.
Yes. So, contact.